So last we spoke, I was in North Carolina doing a show at Greensboro College. I got to see my agent, Danny. It was awesome, a lot of fun. The very next morning, I drove to Tennessee to do a show at Tusculum College in Greenville, Tennessee. Had a lot of fun. Slight issue with the audio before the show. There wasn't really a functional sound system, but a couple of students and an advisor put their heads together and found a boombox. I said boombox. They found a boombox with a microphone input. We used it. It was great. It worked. Whatever. Can't get hung up on stuff like that. Ended up having a fantastic show.
Oh wow. Why was my like better?
I think you should just do the show instead of me. I'd be happy to just watch you do that and still get paid instead of you at the end of the night, obviously. But
flew back to Connecticut at that point for a couple of days. I took a little bit of time off with Lindsay. We went up to Boston to spend the day at the Museum of Science. The Boston Museum of Science right now has a special exhibit called Popnology. It's only there for a few more weeks, and it's all about the science in pop culture and science fiction. And it was unbelievable. One of the features of the exhibit right now is all the original props from Back to the Future, including one of the very few remaining DeLoreans. It was the actual DeLorean time machine that was used in Back to the Future 3 in all the off-road scenes and in the Old West. In all the off-road scenes and in the Old West, it was driven by Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Amazing! Then I had to pop out this weekend to do an exclusive private event for a 50th birthday. There were 300 people invited. 300 people for a 50th birthday. Can you imagine trying to invite that many people to your birthday party? 300 people showed up for a 50th birthday at this massive farm. Now, I knew the event was going to be outdoors on a farm because they told me there was going to be food trucks and all kinds of things. What I didn't know was that I would be taken from the parking to the event by a horse-drawn carriage. Yeah. Everybody at that event was totally awesome. I had a blast. It was just a good time. And I was up at 4 o'clock this morning to catch my first of 2 flights for the day to come to Texas. I'm in Texas. I'm doing 3 hours of strolling magic tonight at Texas State University San Marcos. So that's where I am right now, San Marcos, Texas. I flew into Austin. And upon getting to the hotel, exhausted and having only an hour to grab a quick rinse and just kind of shake myself awake before going out to do 3 hours of strolling magic, probably outside in the Texas heat. Upon checking into the hotel, they said one of my all-time favorite sentences, "We've upgraded you to a king suite," which was a great way to kick off my time here in Texas. I literally will be here for less than 24 hours. When I got off the plane, my phone, my Delta app was already telling me to check in for tomorrow's flight. I thought for sure that if I just drove towards the school, in the 10-minute drive between the hotel and the school, I would just run into a McDonald's or a Burger King or a Wendy's or whatever. Nothing. A million barbecue restaurants, like sit-down restaurants, but not one fast food joint. How'd the eclipse go? I'm looking for the student center.
LBJ Student Center will be all the way down and towards the left before you're gonna see a big white building. It's called Alkic Library. It's before that.
Hit it. You've gone too far.
Yes.
Second person who said that. That must be the landmark. Thank you very much.
Everybody has their story straight on this campus. Have I mentioned how hot it is? Holy cow. But it's a dry heat. Hot is hot. I don't care what people say. Lunch at Chick-fil-A. Super gross. Super gross. Gotta go find the event again now. Welcome event for students.
starts in just under an hour. At least most of the area that we're doing this outside is shaded, but I'm already sweating. I was gonna put black slacks on like I normally do, but I would just die in them today, so jeans it is. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Alicia Muhammad and I go to Texas State University, and this is our kickoff event called President's Block Party for all of our freshmen.
So how long have you been working on setting it up, like planning the event? How long?
I've been planning all summer long.
All summer?
Yeah.
And how many hours have you already been setting up in this heat today?
Since 9 a.m.
Since 9 a.m. Thank you very much. I hope it all went well for you. Heading out to grab dinner with some friends that I know in the Austin area. I got friends everywhere lately.
Just got back from dinner. I didn't film anything at dinner because we were having such a great time, and it was the first time I was meeting all these people in person. I didn't want to bother them and bog them down with filming and getting shots, and you know the drill. The point is that I was just meeting up with this dude named Alok. Alok is an incredible web designer for humanitarian causes. I guess is the best way to describe it. He's a web designer for humanitarian causes. He offers digital solutions for humanitarian causes. He's a totally incredible guy. His work is amazing. I'm going to link it down below. What's amazing is that we met only a few weeks ago via TEDx talks. He saw my talk, called me a few weeks ago, said he wanted to tell me how much it meant to him and why, and told me about his work and what he's done, and it turned out he called me at just the right time. I'd been looking for a new web designer anyway when I realized he did this great design work, and I looked at some of the websites that he'd done, and it was just right person, right time, and we kind of just hit it off and talked, and so he started building a new website for me, which you can also check out at the link probably right about here. My standard website, brianmillermagic.com. He completely rebuilt it from scratch, and I've been wanting to do that for a while. I'm thrilled with the site. He lives in Arizona, but his girlfriend lives in Austin, which is 40 minutes from here, where I flew in this morning. I was going to say yesterday, where I flew in this morning. And just by chance, he was visiting his girlfriend during the time that I was going to be here doing a show today. So we got together tonight. He brought his girlfriend Brooke with him, who is also amazing, like human rights activist. If I can get some links to her stuff, I'll put that down below. One of her friends was there as well. She does some amazing work here locally, and 3 of us have TEDx talks. It was all kinds of crazy. We had such a good time. That's the best part about my job. It's the best part of travel. And but having said that, I have less than 3 hours of sleep. I've been up and I fly back to Connecticut tomorrow to start a trek from Jersey all the way down the East Coast for about a week and a half, and then out to Wyoming. So I desperately need to get some sleep, heading back to the airport in the morning.
We gotta go, gotta get the job done, gotta start a new nation, gotta beat my son, get the bullets after gun, bullets after gun.
Can you tell I'm back near the airport? I have to say, I love it when a rental car place at an airport makes it easy to figure out how to get back to it. A lot of rental car returns at airports are really difficult to navigate to. You have to keep circling the airport to find the one tiny little entrance. This was so well marked. Awesome.